The KAIZEN Institute recently had our Japan study tour to Kyushu, and it was a great tour. We had 14 participants from all over the world. We had people from Belgium, Canada, we had Dubai, Italy, Portugal, Czech Republic, Poland, and then of course from New Zealand as well. And we visited many different companies. The first one we visited was Toyota Motor Company, the Lexus factory. And this was a great example just to see for ourselves on the floor within the plant how the Lexus production system came together. We could see all the different ways that the Toyota production system is coming together in a finely tuned, synchronized manner of getting the mixed production, different models coming down the line. So it was a real treat to see the Mitsubishi or the water spider internal logistics worked. Great examples of visual management. We could see the and-on boards and in action, and on that day specifically it was quite busy. We also had a chance to look through the display area, and although it's a public tour, it's still an opportunity for us to see and to have a discussion and to understand behind the scenes the things we normally only get a chance to read about. So the next thing we did was to go to this amazing company, Hox. Hox is a manufacturer of electronic circuit boards. We had a host that was very enthusiastic and very experienced, and he was able to tell us and explain to us their journey, which in itself was quite astonishing. They began their journey basically with a 3S, comprehensive 3S program to get the place sorted out and tidied up and organised. They went to a stand-up workstation setup where everybody's standing in the business, including in the offices. They also went for U-shaped cells where the flow of the product is now much easier and the workload balancing is much more conducive to that. We were very privileged to go through, to look at this plant, go through, see people working, understand the flow. We could see some of the Kanban examples. We could see the very well thought out flow of the different parts of the production going through the plant. So Hox, really a great visit. Then we also visited Toto, which are manufacturers of bathroom products. And again, a great example of how they've implemented different parts of the lean system. So we could see good visual management, we could see great examples of how they do continuous improvement through their team members, small kaizens as they called it, and how that culture was really alive and well. Very tidy, well organized, and the enthusiasm of our guide was great to see. Great learning opportunities again. We had a chance to talk afterwards and ask questions, and a truly fantastic visit.
First thing, what's interesting for me, the ecosystem about people, about machines, and about environment. This is in all the companies, when we put all together the study tour, the things that come to me, it's ecosystem, okay, something global. It's about leadership. I learn things about leadership. Because if you want to do what they do, the persistence, the accuracy to do that, it needs leadership. And last thing, it's about people. It's always about people. This is my statements about this experience.
Visited Omron, and in this case it was a plant where they had 50% of the staff were actually handicapped people, and to see to see how they would integrate handicapped people who maybe have poor sight, a physical disability and only had the use of one hand, or they were in a wheelchair. Was great to see. A real humbling experience as well, and a real challenge to think about how can we make our own employees more productive. We also had some group discussions. I did a quick presentation of some of the key concepts and a chance to discuss and have a group input, which we had good participation, and it was a great opportunity just to take some time out, reflect a little bit, look back, and just sort of get everybody get on the same page, which was a good timely break in our program. Next, we went on to quite a fascinating company called KAIZEN Cosmetics. Now, in this case, probably not the best example of Kaizen or Lean in action, and or really the sheer size of this company and the contact center is really what struck a chord with me. We explained to us how they changed the way that they were doing business from outbound calling to waiting for people to call them. So now they really add value. It's all about the customer, and that was a good reminder again that the customer comes first. By the way, also a very green and sustainability focused organisation with a fantastic site. They do a lot of recycling, take extra care of how they treat the environment and also their staff. So it was a great experience. We also visited Honda motorcycles, and we could actually see the Goldwing, iconic Goldwing, on the production line. And so Honda was great. We had again a fantastic guide, very enthusiastic in how he showed us around the place, and we also had a chance to listen to the chief engineer and the gentleman who was in charge of the continuous improvement or the suggestion scheme. Good examples there of again 5S. We could walk around, we could understand the design of the lines, we could ask a bunch of questions, we could see an action right there close. We could walk right next to the operators and see how they work and how the things like error proofing. We could see the way the line was set up, workstations were set up, and great to see.
My name is Jiří Formánek and I am from the Czech Republic, from Beckard company. Yeah, the overall impression is very positive. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, during a tour we have visited a couple of companies. Yes, it is really nice to see that they are really rich of lean methods. Yeah, yes, and for me it's very important to make such tours, because from time to time I need to get stimulus, to do some things better.
I was really impressed by all the companies we visited. It really shows what is possible even in the most complex situations, and it's really inspiring, and I'm looking forward to implementing some of the things that I saw back in my company.
And impressions about the tour?
Fantastic. I learned these matters about Kaizen, Lean from 2007, and I practiced that in my company and in my day by day. But viewing that in loco, in the good and real gambles, it was fantastic.
It was a very good tour. It was a good eye-opener in terms of the culture of the people, the enthusiasm of the people out over here, the way they work, and the way they maintain their place. That's one of the very good part of the tour. The best part about this tour is definitely the cross-cultural people coming from different parts of the world, and having a group discussion in a formal way when you had your presentation, which was one of the good ones, and of course in a lot of informal ways when we're traveling around, having a lot of group discussions on what's happening across in other companies, and we're really picking up more also from the basic people around here.
The October 2014 Japan tour that we've had can certainly be summarised as a huge success. We've had good feedback. Evaluation forms showed that people were quite happy with this tour, and there's a good balance of the different companies that we visited. We made great friends, we had good discussion, we had some good fun, and certainly it was great to come together as a group and lift our levels of understanding and learning together. So it was great, and I certainly hope to catch up with our participants in the future.